Well, new on AM Extra now, a part of Oregon's Black American history is getting a new all-digital platform.
You can now explore one of Portland's historically Black neighborhoods through a new online exhibit. It's called Hidden Landmarks of Albina's Black Community. Joining us in studio to talk about the efforts, more about this project, is Kimberly S. Moreland, community historian and owner of Moreland Resource Consulting. Good morning.
Good morning.
Appreciate your
Thank you so
time.
much for being here.
Thank you.
Tell us about this project. Yeah, this is, I think, a really cool way to shine a light on some of this hidden history. What made you want to put this all in a digital format?
You know, there's so much history that is hidden in plain sight. And oftentimes we pass these unadorned buildings in Northeast Portland, don't realize the significant history that it has with Oregon's Black history. Mm-hmm. And so working with Restore Oregon, who collaborated with the Oregon Black Pioneers and Moreland Resource Consulting, we worked together with volunteer researchers, and we came up with 30 historic properties that allow us to dig deeper into the history of Portland's African American history.
Why is that so important, especially with the Albina neighborhood specifically? Why is that so important to dig into that history?
It's a great question because Albina is located near the central city. Typically in the United States, those communities are threatened by redevelopment. Mm-hmm. And so oftentimes, if you don't know the history of those places, you can't protect the cultural significance of that building and don't realize what you're tearing down. Right. And so this is an effort to preserve the remaining or remnants of properties significant to Portland's Black history.
Sure, and we've seen a lot of Northeast Portland, Albina specifically, be affected by I-5, you know, a lot of that bigger development. So how did you select the properties that are showcased in this exhibit? You
know, there's a wonderful document called Cornerstone of Communities Preserving African American History that was published by the Architectural Heritage Center back in 1997. And it provided us with a baseline of properties. And since that time, many of those properties have been demolished. And so we kind of took a little deeper dive into that document. We selected properties that were still standing, and also because of my long-standing experience with preserving and documenting the history of African Americans in Portland, I was able to include documents that have, properties that were part of my previous work, and we also, talked to community members who owned these historic properties who wanted to preserve their family homes and be included in the project.
Oh, that's really neat. And obviously, I'm sure it meant a lot to you getting that chance to talk to all these people with this connection too. I do want to ask you about the story map that you have. Sure. So again, this is all digital. What exactly is this Albina's Black Community story map? How would you describe it?
It's this amazing digital platform that took the research that we created and put it into what we call a story map, and divided the 30 properties into like 5 categories, including Black press, medical history, faith-based properties, and Black entrepreneurship. And I think I'm missing a couple, but they took those properties and put them in those categories and provide a brief summary of each of those properties. And so it's an interactive map. And one exciting thing is that we included 3D images where you could actually hit that location, and one of them is the former Avell Gordon and Faye Birch family home, and you can hit that property and you can zoom in, zoom out, and you can really do kind of a rotation around the property.
Yeah,
and so we chose
tour.
3 of those properties for that special 3D images. So you can have fun exploring that digital.
Very interactive.
Yeah, yes. What a cool way to kind of do a little deep dive, and then hopefully it'll get folks interested in going to explore those parts of the neighborhood in person.
Yes.
What is your hope ultimately as we focus as a city on really renewing this area? What do you want to see the Albina neighborhood look like in the future?
You know, I really want us to understand that preserving these places is a way of memorializing our history. It's a way of claiming and reclaiming Black history in Portland. And I would love to just see a Black History Museum in Northeast Portland, and I would love to see people embrace Black preservation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is a great first step in that direction.
Yeah, and many steps being taken too with the Albina Vision Trust and 1803 funds. So I'm looking forward to the future of Albina. Kimberly, thank you so much for your time and being here this morning.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And again, to check out the new all-digital exhibit, Hidden Landmarks of Albina's Black Community, go to OregonBlackPioneers.org.
It's very cool. You could do all of the digital exploration on a rainy day like today and then get out and see the neighborhood.
That's true.